Chapter 21. Gabby. I'm sure it isn't the greatest idea to have Marcel drop me off. What he said to me in the kitchen is proof enough that he's interested in me and that I should stay far away, and at the club, he was definitely flirting. I should have walked away when I said I was going to. I'm a married woman. I shouldn't even be entertaining the idea of this man, yet when his eyes drop to my legs or my chest, I can't ignore the heat that builds up inside me. I secretly love that it's hard for him to look away. The thing I like about Marcel is that even though he may be interested, he knows his limits. He's been close all night, but not as close as he got to me in my kitchen. Maybe he, too, realized that it was wrong for him to even admit that to me, and he's making up for it by staying in the friend zone, because that's all he can be. A friend. Before we left the parking lot, Marcel already had the joint lit, like he'd been waiting to leave that club and smoke it all night long. When he passed it to me, I got that old feeling back, the one I used to get in college when I'd spark a joint with my roommate, Chelsea, before a study session. People make weed seem like a such bad thing, but it helped me in more ways than I can count. For one, when I first got to college, I was lonely and missed my family terribly. I missed them so much it hurt sometimes. When I started smoking weed, it eased the troubles. It calmed my mind, soothed my anxiety. It settled me in a way a Xanax never could. After I met Kyle and he found out I did it habitually, he wanted me to stop. He found it unattractive, and at the time, all I wanted to do was please him, make him happy since we'd first started dating. It was a struggle giving it up, I admit. Some days I miss it. If I had a joint to smoke at home before sculpting, my artwork would better. In fact, I know it would be better, because I wouldn't doubt myself. Let's just say when I'm high, I don't think too much. I just let things happen, but now that I'm alone with Marcel in his truck, I'm starting to think getting high with him is a terrible decision. You don't look like the kind of man to buy pot, I say as a song by Eminem streams out of the speakers. It's playing on the radio, and Marcel is tapping his thumb to it on the steering wheel. It's an occasional buy. Hope this doesn't interfere with business. Not at all. I take one more hit and then hand it back to him. Believe it or not, I smoked almost every day in college. Really? Let me guess, with your husband? I spit out a laugh. Hell no. You'd never see him touch a joint. It was with my roommate. Your husband has never smoked weed before? I shake my head. Not surprised when it's coming from a tight ass like him. I shouldn't laugh, but I do. You really don't like him, huh? No, I don't. Straight up. I honestly can't blame you. Marcel is pulling into Venice Heights. He goes past several houses before stopping in front of mine. What he did to you was wrong. I still can't wrap my head around it. All he had to do was tell me he didn't really want it, and I would have cancelled it. I mean, he said so before, but I thought he'd genuinely changed his mind. Wasn't expecting him to go behind my back. Marcel sighs, parking the truck and shutting the lights off. He slouches in the seat, peering through the windshield. It's my fault. I shouldn't have told you. Might have saved you the argument. No, I'm glad you told me. I sit up in my seat, looking at him, and deep down, I'm glad you told him to fuck off. He chuckles. I smile. Oh man. I press the back of my head on the headrest. I haven't felt this good in ages. Who knew all I needed was a few drinks and a joint? Well, whenever you need a joint, just let me know. I'll have one ready for you. His eyes find mine. His smile is complacent, eyelids heavy. He's definitely stoned. He lowers his gaze to my dress. When I first saw you, I didn't even know it was you. You clean up well. Are you saying I looked like shit before? Nah. I actually prefer the natural look of a woman over all the glitz and glam. If anything, it suits you much better. I feel a blush creeping up and drop my head so he can't see. Interestingly enough, Kyle loves it more when I get dolled up and fancy. We're quiet a really long time. I start to tell him that I should get inside, but he speaks again. I was serious about what I said the other day. You deserve better, Gabby. I meet his eyes and his are dead serious now. They shimmer from the blue lights in his dashboard. Even if I felt like I did, it's too late, Marcel. He's my husband. I can't just back out like it's a starter-level relationship. Yeah, But I can see how scripted you are with him. That first day I met him, when you introduced us, I knew you enough to know that side of you wasn't you. And when he got home, you looked worried about it. Worried? My heart pounds, but I continue acting nonchalant. How? I saw you in your studio. It's like you knew he was coming and that you were wishing he hadn't arrived so soon. What? My voice is hoarse. That is insane, Marcel. I was probably annoyed about something I needed to do before he got there. He doesn't say anything, just looks at me. He knows I'm lying. What? I ask, and I can't pretend to be nonchalant anymore. How long has this been going on? Has what been going on? You pretending you're happy with him. It's a statement. Cut and dry. No questions about it. A cold, hard fact. I don't even know what to say. I feel my mouth working, but no words are forming. I clamp my mouth shut. What the fuck? Who is he to question my marriage? I need to go. I open the door and climb out. Marcel calls after me, but I refuse to look back. I rush down my driveway, damning the cobblestone for making it harder to walk in these stupid heels. Wait, Gabby. Marcel calls, but I keep going until I'm stomping up the stoop. Damn it, where is my key? I hiss as I dig through my clutch. I finally feel the cold metal and shove it into the lock, but before I can turn it and get inside, a hand is on my shoulder, gripping and whirling me around. Gabby, he says, breathlessly. What, Marcel? I snap. What more could you possibly have to say about my marriage? I don't get it. I see women like you, and you're so fucking miserable, and I just want to know why. Why do women like you do this to yourselves? Women like me? His throat bobs, but his eyes are intense. He really wants an answer. Because women like me don't have shit, Marcel. That's why. What do you mean, you don't have shit? You told me you had your parents, a brother. You went to college, so you obviously had something. I went to college on a partial scholarship, and even still, I had to get a job to pay for my own books and supplies and for my rent, so I could stay in an apartment close to campus. Every day was hard. I was always tired, and I still came out with debt. I now have a break from it all and get to do what I love, and you mock everything about it. I don't even know why I care about what you think. That's not true. His voice is deeper. Yes, it is. You mock everything I say. Every time I mention Kyle or he comes up in a conversation, you're scoffing, or rolling your eyes, or telling me that I can do better. But you're wrong, Marcel. I can't do better, because he's what I need right now. No. Marcel's head shakes. That's not what I was talking about. You do know why you care so much about what I think. Why? I challenge, glaring up at him. If you're so smart, then tell me. Why do I care? Because you can relate to me much more than you can to him, and you know it. Because when he isn't around, you look to me for comfort. You like having me around, Gabby. You think I don't see the way you look at me? I know that whenever I'm around, it's a relief for you. I shake my head and look away. My words are lodged in my throat. He makes you feel lonely, even when he's here. I don't. And you know it. He's so close to me now. My skin is humming, knowing that he could easily reach down and touch me. Kiss me, even. My eyes travel over his mouth. I stare at how plump and full his lips are, then the stubble surrounding his mouth and his jawline and bottom half of his cheeks. I take in the way he smells, like the mint I saw him pop into his mouth when he put the joint out. I can't stand him. I hate that he knows all of this about me. I hate that he's so close, way too close. I'm going inside, I mutter and turn away. I twist the doorknob, but before I can enter, the heat of his body is on my backside. You don't have to pretend with me, he rumbles with his lips on the shell of my ear. A shiver racks through my body, my hand freezing on the doorknob. I'm not your husband. I don't want you to be anything else but who you really are. Don't. It's supposed to be a demand, but it comes out as more of a plea. Why are you living a lie? Marcel. My voice is weak and so is my resolve. I feel his breath run across my cheek, down my neck. I close my eyes, swaying on the heels that I now hate. I could do so much to you right now, and he wouldn't even know it. My head shakes again. He's pressed fully against me now, and I feel something hard digging into my backside. He's hard? Oh God. What is going on? Turn and look at me. It's a soft command, spilling from his lips. I can't. Turn, Gabby. A sigh escapes me. If I turn, we both know something will happen that I'll only end up regretting. Think so? I know so. So you do want me? There's a trace of laughter in his voice now. I never said that. My argument is invalid. Marcel turns me around himself, then he lowers a hand, pulling the door shut. My back bumps against it, keeping me steady as he looks down into my eyes. He presses his palms flat on the door, just above my head, his chest almost touching mine. His head hangs low as he looks me over. I'd never force anything with you, but you wouldn't regret it if something were to happen between us, he murmurs. You can count on that. You can't do anything. Oh, I can, he assures me, revealing a sure smile. But for your sake, I won't. He looks me over again, sweeping his eyes up and down the length of me, like he's trying to figure out where he'd kiss me first if given the opportunity. Finally, he pushes away, and his chest is no longer on mine. His scent has faded. I think you need a reality check, Miss Gabby. You don't know what the hell you want. I'm breathing erratically, watching him look off at anything but me. He looks at me again, and I can't stop the words that leave my mouth. What I have with my husband is my business, I state. And if you have a problem with it, then maybe you shouldn't come around so much. He blinks once, twice. His parted lips seal together, and he leans back, studying every single feature of my face as if he'll find a trace of a humor on it. What he doesn't realize is that since I'm so good at pretending, I'm also good with my poker face. I don't flinch. I don't smile. I just stare at him. Damn. He sucks in a breath and takes a step back. And here I was thinking you were different. I want to cry. I really do. But only because his words are so heartbreaking. Only because I know my words were cruel, and they'll change things. But we can't be, and we can't act on whatever impulses or desires we're feeling. We simply can't, and he knows this. Marcel walks down the stoop, and with each step he takes, I feel like someone is stepping on my heart, wearing the heels I'm standing in right now, the ones I hate. Good night, Mrs. Moore, he says when he's reached the last step, and without a moment's hesitation, he turns away and walks up the driveway. I watch him until he disappears between the shadows of the palm trees. I hear the engine of his truck come to life and can even hear him driving away. I go inside before the threatening tears can fall. I don't allow myself to think as I trudge upstairs to my bedroom and strip out of the club clothes. I chuck the shoes in my closet, put on a nightgown, and climb into bed. I don't even care that I'm about to crash with makeup on my face, a pet peeve of my mom's. I let the buzz I'm still riding rock me to sleep, and then I dream. It's me and Marcel at the club again, but it's empty. The dance floor is vacant, and we're laughing by the bar. I drag him to the dance floor and beg him to dance with me. He refuses at first, so I turn around and shove my ass onto his groin. Will you dance with me like this? I can hear myself ask it, and my voice is way too sultry and seductive. I don't even recognize it. I don't have the same dress on. I'm wearing a red one. Marcel doesn't say anything. He pulls me closer to his body, and I feel his erection digging into my ass. I love that you know me, I tell him in my dream. I love that you get me. Still, he doesn't say anything. I feel his hand come up to the strap of my dress. He's pulling the straps down, his erection growing harder. My breasts fall out of the dress and then his hands are at the hem of it, shoving it up to my waist. I don't know how I end up standing in front of the bar, but I'm there the next second, almost like we teleported. I still feel his erection on my back. I turn around with a smile, but when I look up, Marcel isn't smiling anymore. He spreads my legs apart, still quiet, and then picks me up. I don't have panties on in this dream, and his cock is already out, so he slides me down on top of him. He's stiff and thick. I can feel everything. I'm moaning just as loud as the music, but he's not thrusting. He's just watching me with his cock inside me. Gauging my reactions, realizing how much I'm enjoying having him inside me. I knew it, he rumbles, and a slow smile spreads across his lips. I knew you wanted me to fuck your married pussy. I should hate his words, but they turn me on even more, making me moan even louder. He's still not thrusting, and I'm writhing in need movement, so I bounce on his cock. I keep bouncing, up and down, riding him like a maniac, crying out his name as he holds my waist. He's groaning, on the brink of orgasm, and just as I'm about to come, I hear a door slam into a wall. I gasp and look over Marcel's shoulder to the back door of the club. Kyle stalks across the dance floor. "You fucking bitch!" he roars. That vein is visible on his forehead, the one he gets when he's upset. His eyes are like balls of fire. He's standing there, yelling, and Marcel doesn't care. He doesn't look back once. He takes the lead and turns me, placing me on a stool and thrusting hard into my pussy. I don't know why I haven't told him to stop. Why haven't I pushed Marcel away? I just got caught. "Your pussy is mine," Marcel growls, as if Kyle isn't even there. I'm looking Kyle right in the eyes, and I'm mortified. But I'm still wet for Marcel. "Gonna come inside you." Marcel's voice is gruff. "Gonna make your pussy all mine." And he does. He comes with a groan and kisses the back of my neck. Kyle is still yelling. After Marcel fills me with his cum, Kyle rushes toward him and tackles him over the bar, shattering liquor bottles and glasses.